Hello and welcome, you guys. Come on in. Getting ready to talk a little briefly about something that's kind of somber in my own life. Today is December the 12th. It is a full moon in Leo. Leo is a lot of fire, a lot of energy, a lot of road rage happening. I see videos all over, local people throwing hands over road rage. However, for me, this is the day that my son Derrick died, 36 years ago. He was only a couple months old, and we did everything we could do to make him comfortable in this lifetime. And we knew ahead of time that he had a lot of problems. He was born profoundly handicapped with cerebral palsy. So he had an apnea monitor on. And when that monitor went off that night, thank you, Spirit on the Light, when that monitor went off, we had the opportunity to administer CPR. Now, when it's a soul's day to go, there's nothing you can do to save them. It's in the soul contract. However, I didn't grieve like I thought I should afterwards. For some reason, I didn't grieve. Now, at first, I just thought, well, you told yourself he was going to have problems, so you didn't get attached. But I kind of felt guilty that I didn't grieve, because I see so many mothers that when they lose a baby, they go into deep, deep depression. Just debilitating depression. Fast forward 2 years, and my son Daniel was born, and he again was born profoundly handicapped with a great amount of difficulties. At age 15, he experienced a massive, massive stroke. As if being born with cerebral palsy wasn't enough, stacked against the poor little guy. He never was real big at age 15, even tiny, probably about the size of a 7-year-old. And we got to the hospital and ran into an Amish couple that we had run into with the prior child. They lived locally, and we would pick them up and take them to the hospital quite a distance away. They don't drive, so we thought we would help and take them to the hospital. And as we made connections a second time, 15 years later, thank you, Spirit on the Light, we couldn't figure out why the coincidence, because we met the same Amish couple in another hospital, 2 different kids, different hospital, different states, but yet the same Amish couple. Well, as Daniel had this massive stroke, and he's going through all these tests and the preliminaries to see how massive it was, what they can do, they came back and they said he had his stroke on December the 6th. That was the day Derrick was born. Ooh, now it's Spirit's starting to throw gang signs at us. Same Amish couple, the date again coming back, December the 6th. Now, I mentioned to you that Derrick passed on December the 12th, or excuse me, February the 12th. Daniel was released with a newfound lease on life on February the 12th. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. He experienced such a massive stroke that they didn't think he was going to make it. I took him to the hospital at the first sign he was having seizures, and they didn't do any testing on him. They didn't run any tests. They shot him full of Ativan, calmed the seizure out. And as you know, the first hour is very critical in a stroke. It's called the golden hour. The first 3 hours are beneficial. So that soul literally came back from Derrick to Daniel. Now, it happened at Daniel's birth. It didn't happen at the stroke. But those dates of the Derrick's birth and Daniel's stroke, Derrick's death and Daniel's rebirth, being released to go back out into the world. Like, come on, you're released out of the hospital. A lot of parents lose babies and they're grief-stricken. And they can never forget that baby, and they should never. But 9 times out of 10, that little soul will come back in the next baby that's born into the family. Now, it may not be even into the same mother, but it could very well be in the same family. So it is a day of still not grief, you know, having 2 sons on this same date. I gotta hold it together here for you guys. I want you to know that God's plan for those babies was bigger than what I knew. They both touched a lot of lives. They both touched a lot of hearts. Daniel's death did inspire me to begin this practice to help other people. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. To help other people that suffer with grief, that heartache, whether it is your child or your mom or dad. I get a lot of clients that are spouses, uncles, aunts, that you build up a bond with a human in this physical world, and when they're gone, it is heartbreaking. It is debilitating. So I want you guys to know, and that light is working so good today, that there is life after death. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. Wow. All right, there you have it. I hope that kind of fills you in on what's kind of going on in my life. I hope I didn't confuse you too much with that story. It even gets more in depth with their name. Maybe I'll tie that in at another time, but I never leave you that I don't sincerely bless you with love and light. See you soon.